Shalom, it's the brother Kadash. We'll start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, peace, blessings, honors to all the brothers in the truth. This is simply going to be called prepared, just kind of going in the spirit of, some of the things we have to prepare for, And the simple answer is that it's really not much we could do, but at the same time, it's so much we can do, which is I know kind of funny. I'll be like it when people say shit like that. That should be funny too, but pretty much just breaking it down is like the spirit, just getting prepared in the spirit. It seems like on the outside looking in, like it's not much. Like because you're not stocking up on no food, you're not investing into a bunker and having a whole bug out plan. That sounds like a lot to do, investing into solar panels and shit like that. That sounds like a lot to do. And then when you tell a person like, look, hey, you ain't even got to do all that to get prepared. All you got to do is build up your spirit. They kind of look at that like, man, you lost, but that's because they not spiritual. You know what I mean? Spiritual is the best defense you could have because it keeps you mentally sound. A lot of these things is going to be happening, man. And I'm ready to cook on this, but it ain't gonna be that low. But a lot of these things is gonna be happening. The number one thing that's going to be happening is going to cause a fall in the way. You right? The destruction and the insurrection on those that fear the Lord, it's going to cause a great fall in the way, and that all has to deal with the spirit. If you fall out this thing when things get harder, that's because you lack faith, man. So that's what's about to be tested. The things that's going to come up against us. The Lord said He's going to take care of the elect, but what's going to make the difference between the Lord's elect and those that fall out is who folds under that heat, that pressure that's about to come. So you have to prepare yourself, man, because you can't do nothing if you lose your mind. You could have the best bug out plan in the world, but what if you lose your mind? What if you become like in a beast like manner, kind of like the King Nebuchadnezzar of the king of Babylon, how the Lord put him, I believe that's Daniel chapter 4, how the Lord put him in like a beast like state. That could happen to any one of us, especially when that heat get turned up. You know what I mean? And that's what we're seeing today. We're seeing that heat start to get turned up, especially on the Hebrew Israelites, the Lord's elect. You know what I mean? And the scriptures tells us about that. But I'm gonna pull a couple scriptures. So when that heat starts to turn up, you being mentally sound and remembering the scriptures and the word, that's gonna help you endure to the end, like Matthew 24 says. Help you make the right decisions, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are going to be bugging out during these times. A lot of people are going to have demons on them. I mean, these kids out here today, they're pretty much, most of them, because majority of Israel is going to be put to death, because they don't want to follow the Lord. Majority of them are just pure demons, and it's one thing to have a demon on you. Then it's another thing to have a legion of demons on you. And then it's another thing when the demon just completely takes control of your body, where it's not even you anymore. The demon just has complete control of you. And why a lot of times why that's able to happen that way is because a person isn't mentally strong, or they lack faith and they lack spirit. Their spirit isn't there, which is the same thing, well, pretty much the faith. They lack faith, they're mentally weak. You know what I mean? So that's how you have to prepare yourself mentally. You can't do anything. You can have the best bug out plan in the world, but if you're not mentally there, then it's not gonna work. So that's what you have to focus on first. You know what I mean? Now going into some of the carnal things, we have to prepare. Them boys is coming. They coming. You better get yourself prepared, man. They coming hard too. There's plans behind the scene, Through the spirit, we can see these things. We can understand these things. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. There's plans and there's people right now having talks behind the scenes, and they're coming up with a plan against you know who. They call us the BHI, Black Hebrew Israelites, but we're just the Hebrew Israelites. And there's people in high places that's talking about us, and they have plans. They have plans to take down the YouTube, or at least take us off YouTube. Man, look, they could easily take us off YouTube. This ain't rocket science. This ain't hard, man. The same way they took, I believe it was Farrakhan. The same way they took Donald Trump, Alex Jones, all them off YouTube and stuff. and our Facebook at points of time, they could easily do that to us whenever they want to. All your videos, all your work, your thousands of videos, all that work, the hours you put in, all that could be erased tomorrow if they want to. So they're coming, man. Best believe that's what it's going to get to. You know, that's why you're seeing like more censorship. Like I put up a video about a topic that I always put up, you know, and I got a strike on my channel for it. I'm like, damn, okay, so now you can't even talk about the MOTB. You can't even really talk about the MOTB open. I was putting up many videos about the MOTB. I just wouldn't go into, you know, the whole other thing that they was taking videos down for if you have ears to hear. And I got hit for that. So it's like, and you can see it's just going to get worse and worse and worse to the point where you can't even speak anything about the Bible. And if you do, then you're going to get taken down, and they're going to have select people that they allow to stay on. But they coming, you know, and the scriptures tells us this. Let's go to Revelations. I mean, because after that, after the internet war, right, and the whole image and the propaganda war, after that war comes the physical war. Then they physically going to come up against us. Then there ain't gonna be no more highways and byways. You know what I mean? We might get took off the internet. The internet might be weak for a while for us, but we might be able to still go out on the highways and byways. And then eventually they gonna stop that too. This is Revelations 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time." So as the wars, the rumors of wars, as they come with a new, you know, a new natural, so-called natural event, or come with the famine, man, but they really man-made famines, you know. So all this is really being made to go to that whole new world order, you know. So as they start to come with those things, they have an opposing force against them, which that number one opposing force against them is the Hebrew Israelites. So as they start to move to their whole new world order system, they also have to get rid of their competition, you know, or throw stumbling blocks in front of their competition, which happens to be us, you know. So we're the biggest threat to the system. So as they start to move, because we're the ones exposing their system, right? And they need the Israelites to go along with the system, because the Israelites are always the slaves of the system, you know. So as they go on for that new system, you have slaves waking up other slaves, pretty much us, waking up the other slaves and telling them not to go with it, not to take the MOTB. You see what I'm saying? It's just like the movie Planet of the Apes, you know? You got apes waking up, apes for apes, you know what I mean? So, so the same time they moving forward with their new system, they're also behind the scenes planning on how to get rid of us. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that, and that's why Revelations 12, verse 12 is a prophecy, and it was telling us, look, the devil's going to come down on us, but he ain't going to come down softly. He's going to come down with a great wrath. And why? Because his time is getting short. So he's trying to rush this thing and speed this thing up, because the Lord said that he would cut the time short. Let me see if I can find that. I believe that's Matthew's, what, 24, right? So their time is getting short, so they're trying to rush this thing so they could try to complete their new world order. And the Lord is putting it in a spirit to do that too at the same time. So with that, they have to get rid of us, because we're making it hard for them. You know, they're trying different angles, but it's not working because of the work that we're doing, the great work that we're doing. Even though they're trying to suppress us, but it's impossible, because you take down one brother's channel, there's 100,000 other Hebrew Israelite channels. You know what I mean? And brothers is putting up videos every day at this point. You know, so how could you? It's hundreds, maybe millions of videos going up on YouTube of Hebrew Israelites throughout all the different groups. How could you fight against that? You can't suppress them all. You know what I mean? And shadow ban them all, right? This is Matthew 24, verse 22. It says, "Except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." So for the elect's sake, the Lord, Slaki, the Lord is shortening the days. So Satan know that he only has but a little time, so he's about to get ready and make his move, and that's why you're seeing what you're seeing on these news channels. It's him trying to build a story, a background, you know, so when he comes against us, he can have, history there that he could show to try to prove his point to the public of to justify why he's going to be persecuting us. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." And that's what we're doing, measuring the time. We're seeing the moves that he's making, and we're not ignorant to his devices. We know what's going on. We see YouTube is getting more and more strict. We see all the stuff going on in the news and what they're trying to get it to. We seeing these things coming, so we measuring the time. We saying, okay, it's almost time, because we know at the same time when they make that move against us, that we know the Lord gonna make that move against them, and that's what it is. That's what we waiting for. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest would begin to visit the world which he made, and that's what we praying for, the faith and the prayer of the saints, right? It says patience of the saints. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of people in the world, which we've been seeing a lot of that, it says, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So when the Lord created the beginning, the end was created too at the same time. So you can't go outside of that. The Lord created time, period. So he's not in subjection to time because he created time, so it's really just all a setup. It says, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even from the beginning was manifest the end. The Lord, that's why we have these prophecies that are future prophecies of the end. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginning and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith. Remember what I was saying in the beginning of this? Your faith. You got to build up your mental. You got to build up your faith, your spirit. That's more important than even physically preparing. You have to prepare with your faith, whereby ye have believed, right? Shall be preserved from the sad perilous, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So the elect was chose by the Lord before earth was made. The elect, and that's how this event that's about to happen is a very massive and important event. This is going to be the most important event that ever happened on earth, because everything's been leading up and been preparing to this event that we're coming into. You have to feel this, man, and you have to believe in this, right? Even the elect that's going to be saved out this event was chosen from the beginning of earth. From the beginning of time, the elect was chosen to be saved from out of this event. It's like a movie. It's like when you write the script of a movie, before you get the actors to actually go and play and act out the movie scenes and everything, you already wrote the beginning and the end. And you had certain things that was have to happen at the end. And then what happens at the end of a movie? You have the finale. It leads up. The movie is leading up, and then you have this big finale at the end of a movie, at least a great movie. You see what I'm saying? Then you end the movie like, woo! That was it. That's how we gonna be when the Lord's about to do what he's about to do, man. We about to see the Lord's finale. And we gonna be like, woo! Revelations 15, we gonna be singing a song of Moses, man. And thanking the Lord. Great and wonderful are thy works, thy Lord. Because, man, this is about to go down. So, like I was saying in the beginning of this, what did he say? He said, look, just by you building up your faith and being chosen to be the elect, then you're going to be saved. So really, preparing physically ain't nothing we could do, man. I mean, it really ain't nothing we could do, because this really ain't about that. It's about, but it did also say escape by his works. But what do it mean when it says that? Your works towards the Lord, man, not towards yourself, not your worldly works, towards the Lord. Your works. This is a work. for example, making the videos, because it goes right along with your faith. It proves your faith, making the videos, going on the highways and byways, keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, putting up the prayers day in, day out, you know what I mean, meditating, fasting, keeping the high holy days, and preparing yourself mentally and preparing your faith and your spirit that goes into the works, man. And then you're going to be able to escape based off those things. So I'll leave you with this that also goes along with what I'm saying. I'll leave you here. This is Revelations chapter 20, which kind of says the same thing. Verse 12, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out those things which were written in the books according to their works, right? And that's just what it is, so you have to start preparing yourself, mentally, start preparing your spirit. Don't be out here just thinking everything regular. You know what I mean? That regular shit that you was doing, which I'm not saying that it was a sin to do, as long as you wasn't sinning, transgressing the law, right? Now you have to start letting shit go. Your little friends that you had on the side when you had start letting that shit go. Start shutting everything down. Start tightening up your circle before they hurt you. You have to start doing those things right now. This is the warning. It's about to go down, man. We have to start right now. Start tightening everything up right now. Tightening up your inner circle, your little fun things that you like to do, and your go to casinos around the Edomite. Stop doing all that shit right now. It's time to stop doing all that shit, and it's time to start building up your faith. They about to come against us, man. They about to come down. The devil about to come down with great wrath. You ain't got no more time to be playing no more. Doing your little shit that you like to do on the side, go to baseball games and all that shit. It's time to shut all that shit down and start to get your mental ready and understand what's about to happen. With that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.